something the matter with you?
No.
Well, I just want to know if you're all...
Don't argue with me.
Edith, I ain't arguing. I just...
If you're asking for a fight, you're gonna get one.
Your girlfriend or wife is in her late 30s or early 40s, and you can't ignore the fact that she's been acting just a little nuts lately. Not the usual monthly nuts, a little bit more, and it lasts for a little bit longer.
I realized that, I may have been a little irrational today.
A little?
Shut up!
She is not crazy. Technically, she is. In her defense, she's finding out about her behavior pretty much at the same rate you are. And this is just as shocking for her as it is for you.
You know, I know this isn't you talking, it's your hormones, but I would just like to say, fuck you, hormones! You are a crazy bitch!
The root of the problem. You see, women, we get 500 periods in our lifetime. Your lady's running out of eggs.
What do you know? She's out of eggs. And if you're watching this, so are you.
She's not crazy, you silly man. She's egg challenged. Not the same thing.
Menopause is a tough time to be going through, especially for nervous types.
So?
So he prescribed these here pills.
Oh, good.
I gotta take 3 of them a day.
When this hormone shift happens, most of us, the majority of us, have no idea what's really going on. So based on that only, I don't think we're being fair to men for not being understanding enough or supportive enough when we don't even know what's wrong with us.
You talk about anything, especially dealing with menopause or breast,
forget it.
Men just die a slow death.
There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that PMS was created by Mother Nature as a form of training for men on how to cope with women over 40.
You see, Mr. Marsh, menopause is almost like a super period.
If you didn't pay attention to those very important training PMS years, this you will learn. It will test your limits, it will test your patience, it will show what you're made out of.
What else did the doctor say?
I said enough and too much. Tell him you gotta be patient with her, gotta be kind to her all the time, agree with her with everything, nice all the time. Jeez, this change of life is a lousy thing, you know. The man ain't got no say in it at all.
I've always been fascinated how you, men, are so strong, so decisive, so well put together in difficult times. Yet you cross that threshold of middle age and you become overly sensitive. Some men cried more than I did when I was 13 years old. I am so sorry. I honestly think we break you. I don't think the timing could be more perfect. I don't think it's a coincidence. Just think about it. As soon as we start getting done with menopause, you guys start getting more and more and more overly emotional. And then you find yourself crying over a beautiful rainbow.
It's so beautiful.
Enough introduction. I know you guys don't like to hear long stories, so let's get to it. But before I start, I need to let you know I am not a doctor. I have zero certification on anything. My expertise is only based on the fact that I have a functioning uterus and 2 ovaries. I get it. You didn't sign up for this, and her behavior is affecting the quality of your life. On the other hand, we don't have a say in the matter. We start running out of eggs, we need to adjust, and that adjustment is not fun.
Gee, I don't know what to expect from her next.
If menopause has crossed your mind, but you immediately think that she's too young to be going through menopause. If she's under 50, yes, you're right, she's too young to be going through menopause, unless there's a medical condition, and that's not what this video is about.
I'm too young to be old, and I'm too old to be young.
Menopause does not happen overnight. We don't even know we went through menopause until menopause is over. Menopause is 12 consecutive months without a period. Let's say she stops having her period for 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 months, and she gets her period again. That's not menopause. She needs to start counting again.
Oh, my. At my age? Oh, no, I ain't supposed to change yet.
And since we're on the counting subject, if you've never kept track of her period, it would be really smart if you start doing it now. Her mood, her health, her appetite, and all of the other fun perimenopausal symptoms will make so much more sense when you know her period is coming. Scratch that. None of those symptoms or anything she does will ever make sense to you, but at least you will not be surprised. Just do it to avoid the shock factor.
But I'm not really sure what to say, mainly because I'm not really sure what menopause is.
When you know it's coming, when you recognize the patterns, you'll know what to do. You can work longer hours, you can lock yourself in the panic room, or if you can't be trusted, wear a helmet. You have been warned.
You know how sometimes things can seem like a little bigger deal because, down there.
Don't you dare suggest that I'm only emotional because
I'm just pointing out that it is around that time.
Get out, Randy! I'm not overreacting!
Okay, love you, honey. I'll leave you alone. Well, another 3 days of this, probably.
Our bodies slowly start producing less estrogen and progesterone to close the baby factory. That's all that's happening. But that's the fun moment in a woman's life no one is talking about.
Why isn't anyone else emotional?
That is what she's going through. That's what's making her a little loony. That's your ordeal, and that's called perimenopause.
I'm thinking you might be perimenopausal.
I'm thinking you might be an ass.
Menopause can last up to 10 years, and some women experience menopause for 15 years. Let me say that again. 15 freaking years.
You're going through the change. I just confess in the tears for no reason at all.
If you do the math, the average age for menopause is 52, give or take a few years. And if you deduct 10, 15 years, we're talking about 37. It's really smart to start paying attention to women in their late 30s.
It's like we're living in hell.
You can say that again.
The glass half full will always be a great tool for you to lean on while the lady you share your life with is going through perimenopause. Imagine the nightmare it would be if she went through menopause overnight. All those 15 or 10 years of perimenopause reduced to one evening. I am pretty sure you would be under the covers in a fetal position, and you would die under the covers in a fetal position. The glass half full. Remember, the glass half full. It could be so much worse.
Now we're dealing with a tricky enemy here. I haven't been this frosty since Korea. And just like a commie, it can jump out and attack you at any moment.
She is cranky all the time. It doesn't matter what you say, what you don't say, what you do, you don't do. If you breathe, if you hold your breath, she will snap, she will nag you, she will yell at you.
Menopause is a dark hole, and that's where I'm at right now. So I either will love my husband today or kill him today.
Oh, no.
When you get that look from her, the kind of look that triggers that fight or flight response, because you have absolutely no idea what you did wrong.
Hey, there you are. Gee, we're waiting here. We're starved.
Don't rush me, Archie Bunker. You'll get your dinner on time. You always get your dinner on time. And don't you forget that, neither. Mom, let me help you with those bags. Leave me alone.
going through this day after day, week after week, of course you're gonna be annoyed. You are human. You cannot believe that this woman that you've spent, I don't know how many years of your life, you've gone through so much together, and she's treating you this way.
I feel like I'm jumping in and out of a hot bath and somebody's twisting a rubber band around my head.
I don't know you. I have no reason to believe you're not a good guy. You're watching this video, you're trying to get answers, so I'm going to assume you're a good man. But you're not that special. The lady you share your life with doesn't discriminate. She doesn't see color, she doesn't see race, she doesn't see political views, she doesn't see gender, she doesn't see religious beliefs. She only sees people. And that's pretty much the way she treats everybody on her path.
Get off of the couch, Thunder! Get off of the couch! Okay, you get off of the couch because I am the alpha.
This is not going to make you feel any better. This is just so you know. Most women, by the time they're done with menopause, they have virtually ran out of people to either insult or offend.
When I was a young girl, I didn't know what every young girl should know. Now I'm gonna be an old lady and I don't know what every old lady should know.
After all these years, you made it to her list. She either offended you or shocked you. You were always on her mind. She didn't forget about you. I'm telling you, it's the glass half full. Stay there with me.
When Archie hears about this, he ain't gonna love me no more.
After she loses her shit on you, she will regret it. She knows she lost her filter and she will feel horrible about it. She doesn't like this. She's not enjoying it. She knows she needs to apologize.
I am leading the way through the menopause maze with my vitamins, my melatonin sleep patches, my bioidentical estrogen cream, progesterone cream, a touch of testosterone. She's the hormone whisperer. I am.
The reason why most women find it incredibly hard to apologize, it's because they know this is happening too many times, way too often. And women tend to be a little reluctant to say it out loud because it would sound like the voices in my head told me to say that to you. She can't allow herself to say that out loud. She knows that if she does, you would have her in the nut house by the end of the evening. So just know that she feels horrible for what she said to you. She doesn't want to go to the nut house.
Gee, I don't know what to expect from her next.
That woman is probably sleepy. She's probably not sleeping enough hours. And it's not because of her thoughts. It's not because she's not trying hard enough. We produce less estrogen, less progesterone, and those are two sleeping promoting hormones. That's why she's not sleeping. And on top of that, if she has the night sweats, that's waking her up. And if she's like most perimenopausal women, if her bladder is making her go to the bathroom more than an 80-year-old with a prostate problem, that is interrupting her sleep too. She's probably sweating buckets in the middle of the night. If you snore, you are only contributing to the issue. The woman is tired. 2-year-olds get cranky when they're sleepy, and she does too. And we have to be fair to you because all these trips to the bathroom, all the sweating in the middle of the night, and if she continues to wake you up because you're snoring, I am pretty sure you're sleepy too. Neither one of you is resting. Now, keep an open mind just for a few seconds here. If you haven't given it a thought, let me plant a seed in your head. Separate bedrooms have saved thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of marriages. You will not disconnect. You both need to sleep. You will appreciate each other a lot more in the morning after a good night's sleep. If we're sleeping, we're unconscious. So does it really matter if we're sleeping in 2 different bedrooms? Just think about it. The second thing that happens to most perimenopausal women, and we absolutely hate it, is the weight gain. You see, nobody prepared us for it. Nobody told us the way we should eat to avoid the weight gain in the perimenopausal years. Nobody told us what exercises are the right exercises or the bad exercises to avoid this horrible weight gain that happens in our 40s. You men attach their self-esteem usually by how successful they are, by how much money they have. Most women attach that self-esteem based on the way we look, how we feel about ourselves. When women don't like that image, they get seriously depressed compared to the women who love the image in the mirror or how they look in pictures. Those women feel like they can conquer the world. Unfortunately, it's not most perimenopausal women, and that will affect the behavior you're not happy with. She's depressed. The lady you share your life with is probably feeling like her body has betrayed her. A lot of women avoid being naked with their boyfriends or husbands because they feel like they're not going to love her anymore with the new body. She's probably depressed and she doesn't want you to be disappointed because she doesn't like what she sees. This really touches a chord with me because I felt that way. It's never too late to reverse what we didn't prepare for, what happened to us. It takes a little longer. We need to change our lifestyle, change what we eat, and exercise our muscles. Sugar needs to go, processed food needs to go, gluten is not a good idea. Low-carb diets work, however, too much animal protein will only mess with our hormones, and we already have an issue with that. If it comes from the ground, it's good for you. Ice cream and cookies do not grow on trees. And in the attempt to lose weight, she has tried to be good, but you keep bringing home all the little things she's not supposed to eat. You're not really helping the cause. If she's in her 40s, you must be about the same age too. It wouldn't hurt you to eat healthy. It wouldn't hurt you to work out with her. Lift weights together. You know how to lift weights? Teach her how to do it. It can be your new hobby, your new routine, something that you do together and you have something else to do, to have fun with each other. Give her more compliments. When she passes by, smack her ass. And if she doesn't like it, just you turn around and you tell her to smack your ass. But you do not move until she does it.
Queen on, my vagina is dead.
Most women try to find solutions, a way to get their mojo back and enjoy sex the same way they used to enjoy it. This is her hormones. And no, we don't have a pill like you do, like Viagra. And talking about Viagra, no, faking it until you make it, that's not a natural thing to do. That's wrong. No.
Stripped off his clothes, ran my tongue up and down his gorgeous body and felt nothing. It was like I was licking a rock.
I'm confused. Did you sleep with him or not?
Not. But I tried, but it was like I couldn't get it up.
And talking about Viagra, please do not go to the doctor to get a prescription for Viagra. And do not take that Viagra pill unless you are certain and you know 100% she wants to have sex with you too. A lot of these women feel pain during intercourse. Vaginal dryness is a thing. And I am sure that if you felt this little tiny pain in your penis, if you had sex or when you have sex, I'm pretty sure you would avoid having sex too. She's not being a bitch. She's in pain. And I'm telling you just so you know it. So you also understand that out of frustration and starting a fight and calling her name, that's not really gonna get you in bed with her. The most loving thing you can do right now is research what she's going through. print it, share with her, show her what you've learned. You may also need to be more romantic, but you're a big boy and you know exactly what to do. This is your lady. You know her. You know what she likes. Go back to the beginning. Get her to fall in love with you again.
What is the big deal, Blanche? It's nothing. Look at it this way. You don't get cramps once a month. You don't go on eating binges once a month. You don't get crazy once a month. You just grow a beard.
She's crying for no reason. She's always crying about something. You don't know what she's crying about. You don't know what's making her so sad. Breathe. She doesn't know either. And she's probably crying because she doesn't know what she's crying. She doesn't like feeling this way. You must get that through your head. This is not something she's enjoying. You're a guy. Tears don't make any sense to you. These tears don't make sense to us either. Hormones are not rational. Hormones have no IQ, and this is what you're dealing with. You do not argue with hormones. If you do, no one wins. If you see her crying, that's probably one in a very rare occasions that she didn't have enough time to hide from you so you wouldn't see her cry. If you do catch her crying, let her talk. She's not asking you for your opinion. There is nothing for you to resolve. If she caught you off guard and you were moody that day and you snapped and you judged her, it doesn't matter how loud you yell. There is no loudness that is going to make the hormones go, ooh, he doesn't like it, we better change. That's not gonna work.
If you're gonna have a change of life, you gotta do it right now. I'm gonna give you just 30 seconds. Now come on, change.
I need to warn you. If you get her to talk to you, she will be rambling a lot of things and none of it is gonna make sense. Don't feel so alone. She's gonna hear herself saying these things and none of it is gonna make sense to her either. She's just gonna be saying it out loud. Just try to control your impulses. Stay silent.
I can't sleep. I'm hot all the time. I'm very forgetful. I can't sleep. I'm hot all the time.
Good, got it.
She's probably forgetting things, simple things, words. She will here and there have a problem putting a whole sentence together. This is when you will be tested and you will have to guess what she's trying to say or think or whatever. Just don't make her cry.
Why is it so damn hot in here?
Hot flashes. You probably don't think it's a big deal since you get to experience the summer every year and you get hot every year. So getting hot here and there is not something you complain about. Not the same thing. I've only had 2 in my lifetime and that was last year and it was right around the time when I quit eating sugar and gluten and they never came back. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe they're taking a break, maybe they'll come back. But not because I don't feel them. I have the right to tell women that they're not that bad.
Oh, I've heard about those hot flashes. They didn't bother me. I live in Florida. Who can tell the difference between a hot flash and a weather front?
Perimenopause is way more difficult than it should be, and it's mainly because we don't talk about it. Most women going through it don't even know what they're going through. They know something is off, but they don't know what it is. I want to make videos for women and men to educate one another on what happens to us. This is not something that happens to old women who look like Mrs. Doubtfire. This is something that happens to women sometimes in their late 30s, but it does happen to most of us in our 40s, early 40s. I do not want to sound like it's your fault or you are the one with the tools to make everything better, that you just suck it up and get through this thing and not complain about it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Not at all. We women are responsible how we respond or face the world with perimenopause. We need to do everything in our power to learn meditation, yoga, control our filter. This hormone transition, it is not a whole pass for women to hurt anybody on our path. We need to be aware that there is a person in front of us and we can break anyone with less than 5 words. We need a lot of understanding, we need a lot of support, but we hold a lot of responsibility during our perimenopausal years. If after watching this long video, you're still rolling your eyes saying, I do not get her, this is not fair, breathe for 1 second. There is this thing called andropause, better known as women's karma. Go look it up. Go look it up.
Look at the symptoms. Temperamental behavior, mood swings, facial hair. Uh-oh, Dad. I think you have menopause.